Have you no shame? Have you no shame? So United fans wanted me to make this vid because they said don't escape from the smoke. So just a little caveat out there. Just before we get into it, and I congratulate United and everything with Sesko. You do know you're not winning a trophy this season. You do know that you're not finishing top 4 this season. You do know that 5th is a very, very distinct possibility. You do know that your aim is to finish in the top half. That is your aim. Your aim is to be on page 1. So I just hope that you realize that the aim of the game is page 1. Just be clear that you're not back. Nets fans, you're not back. That's just me being objective. It's just me being true. It's not my opinion. It's not my viewpoint. It's just me being true. You're winning not. You're not speaking basic trophy. Forget about fluence. You're not even speaking basic trophy. But shut up. Like, I can't hate. I can try to. I can't hate. United came in, said what's up, and they said with the bigger club. And as we've seen, this is a perfect example of why United are a big club. Because for a team to be so trash last season and only barely escape relegation and still amount to attract a player from a team who I believe were willing to pay more in wages and are in the Champions League just shows that it's different gravy, bro. It's different gravy. So let's look at what your boy has to say, man. So Sesko to United, here we go. Agreements club to club reached with Leipzig for 76.5 million euros plus 8.5 in add-ons. Sesko agreed terms until 2030. Interesting, man. That's wow, 5-year deal. Sesko made clear on Tuesday that he wanted United deal now reality new striker for Amorim. So it's real. So here's my thing here. Is Sesko an elite striker? No, he's not. He's not an elite striker, and he doesn't really move the needle. Like United getting Sesko say, oh no, it doesn't move the needle. But the reality is this: what do you always want to do? Okay, ideally you want to get the very best players, true, and you want to get the very best players that fit your system. But ideally, what do you want to do? Ideally, you want to improve on what you have. Ideally, you want an upgrade on what you have. Me, with my 2 bum knees, would be an improvement on that brick known as freaking Rasmus. So the very fact that you're getting homeboy here, Sesko, is a vast improvement on Rasmus Højlund, who might be one of the worst strikers of all time. One of the worst strikers of all time. Like, I was speaking to my big bro, who's a United fan, and he was saying to me that, why doesn't this guy want to freaking leave? Like, hasn't this guy read the room? Why does this guy why doesn't he want to leave? He has to freaking leave. So that's been the interesting thing there. So look, it's an improvement. And this is what I always say. He's not that good, he's not that great. A player in a particular environment under a particular coaching system may look like a 6 out of 10. Put him in a different environment, different system, different coach, different instructions, different role. That 6 out of 10 now looks like an 8 out of 10, a borderline 9 out of 10. So maybe a Sesko, who is still young, huge upside, moving to United under the tutelage of an Amorim, we could now see a top-tier striker. We could see a guy that's putting 20, 25 Gs. Bottom line, United have improved because what they had was arguably one of the worst strikers of all time. Like, the only one was more worse than him could possibly be that idiot known as Timo Werner, who almost gave me a damn heart attack in that freaking UCL final. But I think what is even pertinent here and key here, I've never seen anything like this from with Newcastle. I'm hearing Newcastle were thinking of going for Nico Jackson, and now Ban have now entered the freaking group chats. This is insane. It is absolutely 100% insanity. Absolute insanity. Like the amounts of rejections that these guys have had is it, it's scary. I've never seen anything like this. To illustrate to you just how bad it's been for Newcastle, these are their failed targets: Delap, Ekitike, Sesko, Umbumo, Jao Pedro, Kudos, Gehi, Dinhausen, Trafford. And when you look at all of these guys and the teams that they went to, it's like Newcastle you're competing with. See, the most shocking one is the United one. Come on, Real Madrid. It's damn Real Madrid. Okay, Tottenham, but it is still Tottenham who are in the Champions League. Chelsea, I get it, but Chelsea did finish high, and it is still Chelsea who are in the Champions League. So, but the real shocking ones is the Umbumo and Sesko, based on Jeff's United just finishing about the relegation to them. But I think what this just shows is a bigger club is a bigger club is a bigger club. And Newcastle are a huge club in England. They're a huge club in England. Outside of England, and for non-English people, Newcastle is not a big club. For non-English people, it's still Real Madrid, it's still Barcelona, it's still Bayern, it's still Chelsea, it's still Manchester United, it's still Liverpool. Like Newcastle, you're not. If it's between Newcastle and Liverpool, Liverpool wins that. Newcastle, Chelsea, Chelsea wins that. Newcastle, Real, like Newcastle, Man United, it wins that. But I just think because if I can only imagine what Eddie Howe is thinking, because this must give you low self-esteem, because you're like, we did all that work to win the Karabuki, to qualify for the Champions League. We are Saudi backed, and literally every single target we've gone to has rejected us and gone to another club. It's the biggest slap in the face. So then I say to myself that, is this a Newcastle problem or an Eddie Howe problem? That's just answer. I don't know. I don't know. That's why I don't know. Is it that people don't want to go to Newcastle, or they don't want to go play for Eddie Howe, or is it a combo of both? I'd rather go to X and go to Newcastle, and I'd rather play with this manager than play with an Eddie Howe. But I mean, look, here's the thing. I don't know how Sesko is going to do. So, okay. So half of out of 10, rate the signing out of 10. 7.5. The reason why I can't go to an 8 is because I don't think he's that great a striker. But the reason why I am doing like a 7.7 and that's high is because it's a market improvement on what they have. Because when you're rating a signing, you have to just look at how much does it improve. So it's almost you have to do two things with the signing. How good is the signing in a vacuum? How much does he improve on what you had before? So in a vacuum, I don't rate him that highly, but decent striker. But when you compare it to what United have, oh my gosh, it's a massive improvement. Bro, I told you, I don't know what Rasmus is. He's not a football player. So someone needs to tell me what that guy is. Because Rasmus, I refuse to believe that Rasmus is a professional football player. I've seen Sunday League brethren. I've seen Sunday League mandems technically better than Rasmus, who has been stealing money as an apparent professional player. So, but my thing though is, this is an Amorim signing. So this is a guy that Amorim has viewed. Because remember, Rasmus is not an Amorim signing. This is an Amorim signing. So when you're signing Amorim, you're also signing his player ID, the players that he wants to pick out. And for Amorim, you now have somewhat of a striker. And when you now look at it's Sesko, it's Umbumo, it's Cunha, United have improved. Like, that's the attack for United right now is much better than what it was last season. Way better. Where you're dealing with Erasmus, you're dealing with a damn Garganacho, just complete and total garbage. So look, it doesn't, as a Chelsea guy, I'm not fearful of it. But if Amorim sees something in this guy that maybe we don't see, and if Amorim's like, I know how to use him, I know how to really utilize him in my system because I have a particular idea of how I want to play, which I wasn't allowed to. I now have a preseason where I can now assess the squad. I can actually pick out the specific players I want to play, which I couldn't do it halfway through the season. So if really this is a player who fits into the idea that he wants, because what is dangerous about this is that he's pinpointed Konya, he got him. He pinpointed Mbumo, he got him. So all of these three guys are guys that Amorim has gone and picked out who he believes can work together in synergy into his team. That is cause for concern. Or like, I got my target. I identified 3 targets in my tag. I got all 3 of them. Who could all 3 play? That is something to be said. But United are not winning a trophy next season. United doesn't come in top 5 this season. I think United's aim is to get on page 1. That's the aim. Basically, it's called mission page 1. That should be United's mission statement for next season is mission page 1. Just get into page 1. Don't, before we talk about 5th or 4th, just get to page 1. Get to, because because this is okay. I'm not laughing. No. Wait, hold on, real. These are two things. Win page 2 or get it to page 1. Because, bro, 11th is better than where they finished, bro. So this is the thing. Win page 2. Try and win page 2. If you win page 2, that's an improvement. Bro, if you get onto page 1, that's amazing. That is amazing if you get into page 1. But if you win page 2, 11th ain't bad. 11th ain't bad. But please, I don't want to hear anything about winning a trophy. I don't want to hear anything about coming top 5. I don't want to hear anything about the title race. United are not even coming close. You're not, like, that's not a conversation United can have anytime soon. You're still boyishly divided. You're still eating up a big clown. A wing is still built for you in freaking Siberia. And you're still a team that's going to get bantered and going to get abused. Win page 2. That's the aim of the game. So with Sesko and Mbumo, I expect you to win page 2. Here's the thing. No. Okay, you want to be real? I expect you to win. I expect you to win page 2. That should be United's aim. United's aim and the mission statement is win page 2. If you can win page 2, let's ride. Then that is something that these guys can say what with, man. So we'll see you. One love. Peace out. Like, subscribe. See you in the next one. One love. Shouldn't the ball be directed here? Why are you directing the ball here when there's an empty goal? To watch the rest of this vid, think about becoming a Football Hut member. If you're a desktop merchant, just click on the join button below, over here. Or if you're a mobile phone merchant, just click on the join button below the video over here and join the true elite content crack addicts. Peace.